Namaskar everyone and welcome to the World Avatar Day 2023. And once again, Namaskar to the Avatar Manifest in each one of you. Since year 2020, we have started celebrating World Avatar Day due to the extreme situation that the world is passing through these days and the trajectory in which it is moving. It makes it very urgent and important to activate this avatar level performance in large number of people. Our estimate is that at least 1 million people in India should manifest their avatar, and 1 crore people all across the world should activate it. Those who are connected with Project YugParivartan, they know that what we mean by avatar. But for those who are here for the first time or have not heard about the definition, it is that latent potential from where a person gives the control of his human machine into the hands of eternal principles, which are in religion is also called as God. So when God operates this human machine, we just become an observer and see it happening on its own. This is the point from where a person can manifest God in his actions. We all are designed with same design principle, having this facility within us. But unfortunately, due to the same not being there in our education system, like how to activate that avatar performance, people live their life without even knowing how much potential they are carrying within their human machine. So this World Avatar Day is kind of an annual reminder to all of us to get inspired to embark on the journey of self-development to the level of self-realization, and from there take the self-actualized action and manifest our avatar performance. So this is the theme also for today's event. I'll quickly set up the context before we start sharing the various inspiring stories. So let me quickly give the definition of what is PYP, Project YugParivartan. It is world's largest project launched by PYP Golden Age Foundation and the mentoring organization Defined Values Consultants for reforming the entire world towards the golden age for everyone on the planet. We have envisioned the transition of humanity, the world and the universe into the next Yuga as per the eternal cosmic cycle described in detail in the book Code of Citizens' Conduct, with clear rational explanation of why the time for such a grand change has come. We all are fortunate to be living in during the times when such a grand change is happening all across the planet, and all these initiatives which are today working in silos, in isolations, they all will club together in future to become a one big world workforce, one big family to create the golden age and even live there. A little bit about who is an avatar. So an avatar is a person who takes actions from self-realization consciousness level to uplift the quality of life for the masses. The process to activate the avatar level performance is named as Self-Actualized Leadership Development Program, or SALDP. Now you can read the first statement in the reverse order also. A person who uplifts the quality of life for the masses is automatically accepted by the world as an avatar. So the empirical evidence also suggests that all those people, historical figures who have done great work during their times, they are still remembered, their performance and their gyan is still remembered, and many of them are considered as avatars. Now World Avatar Day, as I said, Project YugParivartan vision is inclusive, exclusive and conclusive vision to unite the humanity into one family, one country, one workplace, and one philosophy. The entire division based on our limited understanding of what human family is, our artificial borders that we have created to divide the communities in one country, one region from the other regions, and creating these international borders, which are root cause of several problems. Then one workplace. The entire planet is given as a karma bhumi, as a workplace to each one of us. But we define a very small definition of our job on the planet. So we will we are on the mission to make people understand and realize that the entire planet is their accountability. And finally, philosophy. Without the guiding light of philosophy, human communities cannot move together. So in the situation of the current world is that there are so many schools of thoughts and philosophies, some of which are even contradictory to each other, opposition to each other. They are being followed by a large number of people. So if we fix the defects of the philosophy, the darshan, the ideology, then also the entire humanity will unite. And hence we need to take extra precautions not to offend anyone, regardless of their caste, creed, religion, language, political affiliation, or country, through any of our communications, speech, presentation, questions, answers, during and after the overall event in any official platform of PYP. World Avatar Day is a spectacular event to bring several inspired people across the country to join hands and share their inspiring stories with others in various ways. You never know which story of whom will trigger that turning point in other people and sometimes even in masses, which can activate their avatar level performance from within. So on every 14th day of August, the Project YugParivartan Synergy Platform, which includes these two organizations that I mentioned, PYP Golden Age Foundation and Defined Values Consultants, they organize the World Avatar Day to remind us to rise to the occasion and lead the world towards the golden age by activating our avatar potential. So we have to transition ourselves from why me to why not me. What is not there in us, which is restricting us from giving this potential avatar level performance. So we have given a kind of a contest where everyone has to win. It is not to create a competition between people, but to make every inspiring story a win-win situation for all those who get inspired by it. So the theme that was given was, some pointers were given. So the first pointer was acknowledgement of world's problems. So they have to start by sharing their opinion about the situation of the world today. Followed by what should be done, what immediately comes to their mind as a pointer to the solution towards all this mess. So they have to share what should be done by collective humanity to lead the world towards the golden age. Then their turning point, right? People become from an ordinary thinker to a grand change leader by a series of turning points which come into their life, which create their, activate their avatar, which convert them into their Virat Swarup, from where they can think globally and take the accountability of all the problems. So such turning points should not be forgotten. In fact, these turning points become the inspiring stories for the future generations. We can see that through various examples of the autobiographies and biographies that we read about the grand change leaders of the past. So what should we do today so that these stories can become inspiring, life-changing moments for the future generations to come? So what transpired within them, which inspired them to feel that they also have a grand role to play in this grand global change process? And finally, share your inspiring messages for audience. At the end part, some take-home message that audience can take from their story. They can summarize that. Okay, so a general disclaimer that views presented by the speakers in the videos that we will share is solely their point of view and perspective. PYP Golden Age Foundation and Defined Values Consultants do not endorse directly any part of it as an official organizational standpoint, but all attempts are made to create a synergy between the speaker and Project YugParivartan vision. So Project YugParivartan, as the name suggests, is built on the seed idea of Paritranaye Sadhunam Vinashaya Chadushkitam, which means synergize all the good energies of the planet so that 1 plus 1 can become 11, and ultimately to a level wherein the bad energies lose their steam and the world achieves the golden age ecosystem. Okay, so let's now move on to those inspiring stories with several people connected with Project YugParivartan, internally and externally. They have shared with us with an intent to inspire people who are participating today and who will watch later through the YouTube. So first in the sequence is Mr. Abhinav Kapoor.
Hello everyone. So here I am Abhinav Kapoor and I would like to express my heartiest thanks and gratitude to Project Yug Parivartan Golden Age Foundation and its founder Mr. Hitesh Chandel ji for allowing me this golden opportunity so that I can express my views about my understanding about the world situation today. So as an author, writer, life coach and motivational speaker, so मैं ऐसा समझता हूँ कि जो आज के कहते हैं एक दौर चल रहा है, आज का एक जो हमारे कहते हैं वर्ल्ड के अंदर कहते हैं कि जो जिस तरीके का दौर चल रहा है, सो मैंने अगर अपने मुताबिक देखा है कि मैं अपनी बुक्स के थ्रू, अपनी वीडियोस के माध्यम से जितने भी लोगों से इंटरेक्शन कर पाता हूँ, जितने भी मैं स्टूडेंट से मिल पाता हूँ और जितनी इंटरेक्शन हो पाती है मेरी, सो मैं कहीं ना कहीं एक मेरा मोटिव ही हमेशा से यही रहता है कि किस तरह मैं हमेशा हर रोज सुबह उठ के और रात को सोने तक मैं कहीं ना कहीं लोगों की लाइफ में कुछ अच्छा एक चेंज लेकर आ पाऊँ, मैं एक पॉजिटिव चेंज कहते क्रिएट कर पाऊँ उनकी लाइफ के अंदर, मैं जितने भी लोगों से मिलूं मैं कैसे एक हैप्पीनेस स्प्रेड कर सकता हूँ लोगों की लाइफ के अंदर, पॉजिटिविटी का मैसेज कैसे स्प्रेड हो सकता है, यही मेरा एक मोटिव और इंटेंशन हमेशा से रहता है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आज के अगर दौर के अंदर बदलाव की जब हम बात करते हैं, हम जैसे बात करते हैं अब एक ये फाउंडेशन जैसे है प्रोजेक्ट युग परिवर्तन, तो परिवर्तन का हमारे को मतलब ये समझते हैं दैट चेंज जो है सोसाइटी के अंदर वो तभी आ सकता है, दैट चेंज इज पॉसिबल एंड आई बिलीव इन दी एस्पेक्ट एंड फैक्ट कि जो चेंज है उसमें हम सबका रोल है, उसमें हम सबका कंट्रीब्यूशन है। हमारे कहते हैं हमारे को जो यूथ भी है उसका भी बहुत बड़ा रोल और बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन समझना चाहिए चेंज लाने के अंदर। तो हम जब एक वर्ल्ड सोसाइटी की बात करते हैं कि हम चेंज कैसे लेके आ सकते हैं, तो उसमें सबका रोल है, चाहे वो छोटे से लेकर बड़े लेवल तक, उसमें एक एज एन इंडिविजुअल से लेकर कॉर्पोरेट एंटिटीज तक या जितनी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैं, जितनी प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, जितनी गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, जितने भी एनजीओज हैं, जितने भी सभी लोग हैं, वो सभी के सभी कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं। और अगर मैं बात करूं कि जो स्पिरिचुअलिटी का भाव है वो बहुत अच्छा चेंज कहते हैं हमारे सोसाइटी के अंदर लेके आ सकता है। अगर जैसे मैं बात करूं कि मैं इस्कॉन के साथ कनेक्टेड हूं, इंटरनेशनल सोसाइटी फॉर कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस, सो कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस का जो पाथ है कि हम किस तरीके से भगवत गीता की टीचिंग्स को फॉलो करें, हम भगवान श्री कृष्ण, भगवान श्री राम की जो लर्निंग्स हैं हम उनको अपनी लाइफ के अंदर फॉलो करें, हम अपनी जो टीचिंग्स हैं उसके अगर रास्ते पे हम हमेशा चलते रहेंगे, सो जो कि स्पिरिचुअलिटी का पाथ है ये हमारे को बहुत हेल्प करता है कि हम अगर अपने अंदर अगर हम चेंज लेकर आ पा रहे हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं वो जो पॉजिटिव चेंज है हमारे अंदर का वो एक सोसाइटी के अंदर भी चेंज को कहते हैं हमेशा कंट्रीब्यूट करेगा भी। और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हमेशा बस एक इसी इंटेंशन के साथ हमेशा हमारे को जीना चाहिए हर दिन जिंदगी का, कि हम किस तरीके से अपनी लाइफ के साथ साथ दूसरों की जिंदगियों के अंदर भी बहुत अच्छा चेंज, बहुत अच्छा बदलाव क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। धन्यवाद, थैंक यू।
Thanks, Abhinav ji, for the wonderful words. So see, people who are on the path of self-actualization and closer towards the avatar level performance, they start developing a lot of homogeneity in their thought process. And one of the common thing that everyone say is, अपने अंदर बदलाव लेके आइए. Change from within will result into change outside. And this is exactly how the avatar level performance can be developed. If we don't know, like avatar is when the people know that you are operating from the God level realization. So that can only come before other people know that. We must know from within that yes, we have reached there. We must understand that this is the particular level of consciousness from where we are operating at the highest potential. तो खुद से बदल के फिर बात बदलेगा. दूसरी बहुत सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में भी ऐसा ही कुछ मिलता जुलता बातें आती हैं. जैसे एक है गायत्री परिवार, तो वहां पे भी वो यही कहते हैं, हम बदलेंगे युग बदलेगा. Right? So if each individual takes the accountability of changing themselves, then automatically we are creating a ripple effect which will create the golden age. It is enough of the Kali Yuga and dark age. It's very unfortunate also that even after so many universities, so many developments, progress of technology, AI and whatnot, large number of people are still living in misery. Right? Large number of people are still poor. Large number of people are still uneducated. People are not even getting the basic needs fulfilled. So isn't it an opportunity for all of us to rise to the occasion and give birth to our avatar? So consider this as a reminder. This is all seeding that yes, because initially people think avatar बहुत बड़ी बात है, हम लोग अवतार कैसे हो सकते हैं. अवतार, कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि अवतार बात ही गलत है, कुछ लोग उसको वाद से जोड़ देते हैं, अवतारवाद. राइट? क्योंकि वो है ना, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. सबका अपना अपना व्यू पॉइंट है. बट रियलिटी ये है कि अवतार मीन्स ह्यूमन पॉजिटिविटी की चरम सीमा पे पहुंच के वहां से एक्शन कर, जहां पे आप अपने आप को केवल अपने आप से ही रिलेट नहीं कर पा रहे हो, अपनी पूरी फैमिली से रिलेट कर रहे हो, अपनी पूरी सोसाइटी से रिलेट कर रहे हो, सिटी से, कंट्री से, और फिर धीरे धीरे पूरे वर्ल्ड से रिलेट करते हुए अंदर से अपने आप आ रहा है कि सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया. अपने आप अंदर से भाव आ रहा है वसुदेव कुटुंबकम, कि सारी पृथ्वी मेरा घर है और मेरा परिवार है. तो जब उस लेवल से हम सोचना शुरू कर देते हैं तो हमारी थॉट्स अपने आप ही इतनी बड़ी हो जाती हैं कि फिर सारी दुनिया को कहते हैं अपने पीछे उनके चलने लगती है. तो ऐसे इतिहास में जितने भी लोग रहे हैं, किसी भी धर्म से रहे हो, देश से रहे हो, उन्होंने ऐसी परफॉर्मेंस दी हैं जो आज भी याद की जाती हैं और आज भी बहुत सारे लोगों को इंस्पायर करती है. तो उन लोगों को कोई एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी बीइंग समझ के और अपने आप को चिल्ड्रन ऑफ लेसर गॉड समझना वो ठीक नहीं है. वी आर चिल्ड्रन ऑफ द सेम गॉड, देयर इज नो लेसर गॉड. राइट? So on this note, let us now see the motivational message from Dr. Madhuri Patil. Dr. Madhuri is from Mumbai and she is into the domain of Ayurveda-based healing.
Namaste, my name is Dr. Madhuri Patil. I am MD Ayurved Sanhita and Siddhanta. I am recording this video for World Avatar Day. What is the biggest problem affecting globally everyone? It is their health. The world within us and the world outside of us, both are suffering because there is imbalance between both the worlds. Per Ayurveda, this is also called as Loka Purusha Vaishamya. Health, globally, everyone is focusing right now on health. Universally, health to be better, we have to look at spiritual well-being part per Ayurveda. Ayurveda has beautifully enlightened on this aspect for health restoration, because Loka Purusha Vaishamya is nothing but the imbalance or the disbalance between ecosystem, and global ecosystem can only be restored so as to be in a way that is facilitating health of all. So for global change, for global ecosystem to be perfectly in tune with being as a cause of health, we need to go back to Ayurvedic way of looking at swasthya or health, especially spiritual well-being part. Without that, it's impossible to restore, because what is Loka Purusha Samya? It is the spiritual aspect of Ayurveda for health. It is not, it is a outside clinical entity. So everyone needs to be involved. Now, what is Avtara? Why we have manifested? Avatar is nothing but a manifestation. We have manifested on this earth at this time in different IDs under different names. And my mantra for health, as always, is love Ayurveda, live Ayurveda. Without Ayurveda, I find no other solution to this balancing global ecosystem, which is affecting the health also. And so I think yes, Ayurveda, Veda, and Sanatan way of life is very much important right now to restore the Lokapurusha Samya once again for global health. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Madhuri Patil, for sending us this wonderful message and reminding us about the health. If you do a survey throughout the world, so regardless of caste, creed, religion, country, and ask people, would you like to become unhealthy or healthy? So I'm assuming that none of us will say, yes, I'm happy to be unhealthy and I want to be unhealthy. It's my dream, my goal, my mission in life to become unhealthy. Health is such a basic thing which is required by everyone. But if we don't keep our ecosystem itself healthy, how would we ensure that we remain healthy? And this is exactly what has happened today. The entire balance of the Panch Tattva of the ecosystem has gone bad, due to which, of the macrocosm, due to which the microcosmic elements of human beings are also getting unhealthy. So it is very critical that for golden age, people remain healthy. Of course, allopathy and other alternative medicines have their own merits. I'm not saying that they are not good at all. But at the same time, ancient researchers, whom we today call as Rishi and all, Rishi, Maharishi, Brahm Rishi, and Dev Rishi. So they have developed a science of living long and healthy life, which is called as Ayurveda. Thankfully, since last few decades, a lot of research is happening on that, and it is bringing some very good results. Of course, a lot more research has to happen to make it a global health management system. But thanks to the mission-oriented people like Dr. Madhuri Patil, that their contribution is helping revive the Ayurveda, which is based on eternal principles, which is based on the elemental knowledge, Tattva Gyan, and which is based on the composition of human bodies. So let us synergize the allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda, and all with an ultimate aim to achieve the health for each person on this planet. This human life is not given to us to remain unhealthy. And as per the cause and effect principle, if we are unhealthy, the cause is within. It is our mistake. Right? So this is the message that we can derive from Madhuriji's sharing. Now, the next sharing is from a very wonderful personality, Mr. Srinath Mithandia. He is from Mumbai again, and he has started a mission called as Global Oneness Design. So somewhere, this shows that large number of people on the planet are now getting these signals, these clues from within, that yes, it is enough of diversity and going separated from each other. Now is the time to unite and move towards global oneness. So he has also taken a mission of creating one nation Earth. So I'll just share his inspiring story.
Hi there. It's 6th August 2022 and a group of friends are chatting. They are discussing the current strifes of the world, latest being Russia Ukraine, also China Taiwan, the long standing Israel Palestine, and discussing why. Why? One of the friends has always been thinking that with so many avatars having descended on earth, from Rama to Krishna to Jesus to Buddha and so on, why is the world in the state it is today? Conflicts, crimes, murders, and so on. Why? Why? And out pops a post from him. Maybe it's high time for the next avatar of God, God, Global Oneness Design. That's it. That is the turning point in that friend's life. On that very day, he creates a WhatsApp group by the same name, Global Oneness Design. He starts inviting friends. They start discussing the design to usher in global oneness. and the discussion goes on even now. It's 1 year since then, August 2022. Now we are in August 2023. And that Global Oneness Design WhatsApp group has given birth to a movement called ONE, O-N-E, One Nation Earth. This One Nation Earth movement's mission is to usher in a world government which will stop wars, end arms race, address the climate issues, and overall bring in peace, prosperity, and joy for all in harmony with nature. That friend, my dear friends, is the one who is speaking with you right now. I am currently jobless. I took an early retirement for this. But what I'm surely not is dreamless. As a Bollywood movie dialogue goes, इतनी शिद्दत से तुम्हें पाने की ख्वाहिश की है कि पूरी कायनात ने तुमसे मिलने की साजिश की है. It roughly translates to, if your dream is powerful enough, the whole world will conspire to one day make it true. So that's what we are. With support of all of us, we will one day usher in heaven on earth, or in the context of this event, the golden age that we are all so eagerly looking forward to. Thanks for watching. Best wishes and God bless.
Once again, wonderful share by Srinath ji. So in the first video, we have seen the importance of motivation. In second video, we have found that without being healthy, it is difficult to create a golden age. Now the third video from Srinath ji clearly gives us a pointer, an indicator that the problems which have reached to the global level can only be solved by the global organization. And currently the global organization that we have is United Nations, which is loosely coupled. It is more of a evolved collaborative group of nations instead of a world government having its jurisdiction in every part of the world. So even these states and countries that we see today, they were also created. They also got this governance system based on the burning need. Wherever it was needed to create a state, to consolidate multiple states, to divide the states, all that was done based on the organizational structure, the governance structure. So now also, when the global problems are achieving its peak, where peer-to-peer groups or small fragments of group of countries are not able to solve world's problem, there is a clear business case or use case or a need to create a global government, world government. Through world government, we can find various ways, because if there is a world government, all these international borders that exist today will just become a kind of an organizational unit without any we versus they. Right? You can see a similar situation in India. We were divided into various princely states, having their own armies, individual armies, thereby creating enmity between various states itself. But now that it has become one country, all these armies have clubbed together to become Indian Army. So now if we extrapolate this to the entire world, if the entire world has one single government, all these individual armies of countries who are playing opponents and as an enemy to each other, they all will become part of one army, one global army. In the language of Srinath ji, it will be called as CALM, C-A-L-M, a common army for local missions. So let us take a moment and send this wish to our Almighty, our Creator, that He guides us towards creation and installation of an effective world government which can solve all those artificial problems that human communities have created for each other by sitting in opposition to each other and by playing the role of enemies to each other. Right? And this is a very special year for India when the G20 leadership is with us. And the slogan for that is one future, one earth, and let us have one family. Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. Great. Thanks, everyone. Now, I would like one person from the audience now just to give a change to the format for some time, who has not submitted his video, his or her video, but would like to speak and share their turning point, their life story in 2 minutes.
Yeah, myself Vinod from Telangana district. According to the worldwide gurus, my opinion is like by worldwide gurus and their pride in own ways is the best option in our country we can make, and other also in other country also we can make it. Once a guru connected, synchronous with him and in each and everything, and once free with worldwide impressions and desires, one became he can become a free soul. So that is my opinion, and once realized the true sense of the life and became one with everyone. So this is also the one great realization for everyone, like for me too. And the problems we see is known self. We have to know ourselves first and search for the suitable guru, in my opinion. And what should be done for that means one suitable guru they approach and they left him everything to him, is my opinion. And turning point is like being the proximity of the guru and aware of the life situations and face it consciously in everything. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinodji. So Vinodji has very rightly indicated the need of a guru. So now what is this guru? So there are 4 eternal roles that human beings can play based on their evolution levels: worker, manager, leaders, and mentors. And they have to evolve up to a certain level to deliver the energy feed for the required role. So when we see the situation of the world today and try to find the person who is accountable or the group who is accountable for all this mess, we can easily find that workers are the least accountable people because they are not evolved, right? So they don't have the control on fixing the problems of the world. So they come at the least accountability level. More than the workers, it is the managers of the world, businessmen of the world, who have played a bigger role in creating this mess. More than the managers, it is the leaders' accountability to make that happen. They have not understood, they have not evolved to a certain level from where they could have taken effective decisions, they could have planned well, and all this VUCA world would not have created. But even more than the leaders, it is the accountability of the gurus, the mentors, because whatever a guru does, whatever the mentors preach, become the ripple effect. So they are more accountable for all the errors that the world is passing through today. The good part is that the solution will also come from that problem only. That if we have certain number of gurus rightly evolved up to the level of self-realization, then they can become factory of generating self-actualized leaders. Each guru can create at least 100 self-actualized leaders. And this is how the ripple effect of errors will get converted into ripple effect of solutions. If you develop yourself into one guru, then 100 self-actualized leaders can come out of you, and each self-actualized leader can transform the lives of thousands and lakhs of people. So by taking one big decision of activating your guru potential, you can bring a great change in this VUCA world and transition it from VUCA world to wise world. Let's now move on to our 4th participant, Mr. Arvind Tiwari ji. So Arvind ji is also a person who has taken a great decision to be a man on the mission. So with his CRDG Foundation, which is an NGO working on 5 center of excellences. So let us listen to him now.
I'm Arvind Tiwari from NGO CRDG Foundation. Started the NGO on 16 January 2018. Since my college days, rather one can say from school days, I was a very different student, and always with the things which should be. It always put me under a lot of pressures from my peer group also, within family also, and it gives me inner strength that I'm fighting for the right thing. I'm standing for the right thing. And 2010 was a triggering point when there was mass movement against corruption by Baba Ramdev and so many other known people. That time it further got cemented that yes, so you have to take a decision. Then I took a conscious decision and started this in 2018. And seeing the present global condition in which if you see a lot of wars, lot of theories are going on, pharma lobbies, Illuminatis, and whatnot. And all these things gives rather more energy and decision making capacity on one's natural instinct that if you have to have an avatar level performance, then yes, you have. If you don't have an avatar level performance within you or energy within you, then it is not that easy. So I took a very conscious decision, and today I thank Hitesh Chandel, who is a chief mentor of Project YugParivartan Defined Value Consultants, who has taken this initiative to call for the videos for their inspiring stories. That not everyone must be having a lot of inspiring stories, which is not possible to cover within 2 minutes. But yes, we can give, all of us can give you, all the audiences, a hint that it is a journey on which one has start only if you have a avatar level energy performance level within you. If not, for that you can come, you can get guided, you can get that understanding, and certain mental blocks can be opened, and you can also give you avatar level performance. With this, wishing all the best.
Thanks, Arvind Tiwari ji, for sharing your thoughts and again uh, giving a new impetus or reinforcing our belief that one inspired person can inspire large number of people, and they don't even come to know that they have inspired so many people. So Arvindji has mentioned about this movement by Swami Ramdev ji, 4th June 2011, when there was a dharna pradarshan at Ramlila grounds in New Delhi. So whatever be the outcome of that in tangible terms for what Ramdev ji wanted to achieve, if you see the intangible outcomes, large number of people got inspired due to the entire scheme of things that happened that day. And Arvind Tiwari ji has indicated that he is one of them. And let me add to it that I am also one of them. My seeding of Project YugParivartan and thinking about giving avatar level performance myself and also enabling it in large number of people was seeded on those that 4th June 2011 itself. And that's why we have a target of 4th June 2025, the 14 years exile kind of thing from the ordinary flow of life that was going on. So this 4th June 2025 is that target date by which time we will be able to create the entire system for helping people manifest their avatar performance in a systematic way towards a common destination and in the direction that people choose as part of the overall framework of the system. So this is how it has happened. Swami Ramdev ji has inspired Hitesh Chandel and Arvind Tiwari without even knowing that. Similarly, we all have this potential to inspire large number of people. We need not even know them, right? That means if we do our act together and in the right way, in the right direction, it will definitely inspire large number of people. So keep doing the good work that you are doing. It is not going unnoticed. The perfect observer of this entire universe, which we call as Almighty God, has no error in his observation. So nothing will go unobserved. For us, life could be divided into two parts, on stage and backstage. right? On stage performance when we give the public performance, and backstage performance when we live our personal life. But in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the cause and effect principle, all the performances are on stage performance, right? So what we do on stage and what we do backstage, each of the action is being observed. So let us believe in our perfect observer, God, and keep doing the good work. The results of it is bound to come. So let us now move on to our next speaker, a contributor, Chaya ji.
I'm Chaya from Bangalore. Means majorly I wanted to give more information about myself because usually I plan lot of things which I wanted to do for my country and humanity. But so many times whenever I used to try the new things, so many obstacles and not clearance, and even though I used to put a lot of effort from my side, it never used to move in a better way. At that time, means I got an opportunity to be connected with Mr. Hitesh ji. I attended his level 1, level 0, I should tell. In that, I got clarity where I am. That is a major change has taken place, and it has made me to realize what I am, and that has made me to be strong enough and learn the new things where I am stuck and what is my level of. Because even with the financial things, sometimes it was basic things, because level of which category I belong, and I am a leader or a motivator, how I am structured myself, and whatever my karmas, whatever past thing has making me hindrance, and why I am not moving what I am planning. These all the things made a huge drastic change with me. Just I think within 8 to 10 months back, I done this program that made a huge changes. And now means what we are telling nowadays, Vishwaguru means India is going to lead whole world, means small extent we are observing, because whole world why they are seeing at us, even though we are occupied, and so many other peoples outsiders have been attacked us, and they have done wrong with Indian or Hindutva, that has not affected to that extent. For that sake only, one means video I was seeing, in that they will tell, because so many community needed to make their country according to their culture or caste. But Hindutva is a human structure and a human life. Because of that only, Indians never thought about making means India as a small country or any. They have not struggled to make it means for one country, but it is a universal knowledge and a human how they can live forever and bigger extension, and how the things, because only in Hindutva or Hinduism it is having Dvaita, Advaita, Nastika, Astika, these all means, and we have a major option to discuss with even teachers, because with asking the question we can take to the next step. It is a concept of Indian learning, life and concept. Thank you.
Thanks, Chaya ji, for sharing your views on Hinduism and the resilience that this community has shown even after getting invaded for several centuries by the external invaders. There is a saying in, you can say, Sanatan or Hinduism and all, that Satyamev Jayate, that ultimately the truth will prevail. The falsity, the illusion can have its own space and its own time. But eventually, human beings are designed in a way that the quest for truth never ends. It may take decades, centuries, millenniums, or several lives, but ultimately, every soul has an inner desire lying somewhere latent in our existence, which longs for absolute truth. So, through the Yug Parivartan, it is time that we all search for that inner truth and arrive at our God level of realization and give the avatar level performance. So, time for that has come. How many of you would like to witness that stage? And let me tell you, it's very beautiful and very blissful. That single moment of truth realization can bring a lifetime of change, not only within you, but in several other people who you will inspire. Cause brings the effect, and absolute cause brings the absolute effect. So let us long for that absolute cause understanding so that we can bring the absolute effect in our life. Let us manifest our avatar performance. So let's now move on to our sixth contributor of the day. Our next speaker is Mona Mehraji. So Mona ji has recognized a very unique need of the ecosystem. And I'm still reflecting upon it, that whether anyone else on this planet has done that so far or not. It is like considering the non-monetary work also as work. Considering the work done by the homemakers also as work. And it gels very well with the eternal principle also, because in the eyes of cause and effect and in the eyes of eternal principles, every karma is a karma. Even non-action is also considered as action when the cause and effect is evaluated. So why not the work done by the homemakers at home be recognized as a work? So let me share her thoughts.
My understanding of the situation in today's world is that the system of the world is completely broken, and the change is required because we are going completely wrong somewhere, because otherwise we would not be in such a mess. And what should change for the ecosystem to get better is that I believe that our focus is completely on paid work, that is businesses and jobs, whereas living is a complete a system in itself, where we start from a home, go to school, and then we get educated, and then we when we have in the age group of 18 to 60, then only we go for paid work. But here our only focus is paid work, which makes everyone eligible only for paid work, because in a home nobody does paid work. We start as unpaid work. Unpaid work means free work we do ourselves. Unpaid means unpaid because nobody can pay a mother and father for their intent and the emotions behind, the true intent and emotions behind the work they do. And we have to include home into living, because we are the only species who have declared that a home is unproductive and worthless. And anything which is declared unproductive and the work is worthless, then nobody does it. And I believe that we have to include home into living. Now, there are several people and organization needed to come together to make this happen, because it is not possible with one person, and this is something which affects each one of us. Because unless and until we get and stand up for our right, we do not have the right to even do our own work. Until we stand up for ourselves, nothing is going to change. And what transpired within me is because I felt certain energies connecting to me and guiding me, and I've been defining a home, which is a tough task, and creating awareness about that the same. And I believe I have a role to play in this grand change, because without a home we do not exist, and we have to include home into living. Thank you.
Thanks, Mona Mehraji, for sharing this unique thought. She is very rightly indicating that the growth of a country and the productivity of the country is only calculated based on the paid work. The lot of work at home which is done by the homemakers, whether male or female, is not considered as productivity or a productive work. Although it is very clear, being the smallest unit of group of human beings, a family is a place where a person gets the energy to perform at the workplace. So it is very important that the production houses that are human beings working for the paid work, they are empowered by their homemakers, and that work is not considered as productivity. So it's quite like point to introspect and reflect that can we do something for all these homemakers? Can we do something to include that as part of productivity? Because as I said, in the eyes of God, every action produces equal and opposite reaction. Every cause has an effect. Every karma has its prarabdha or phal. So why this work? And this is very well observed by the Almighty. So why this work which is done by the homemakers is going totally unnoticed and unobserved in tangible terms? So we still need to find ways how to calculate that. And Mona ji has taken that as part of her life's mission. And we all hope and give all the blessings and energies to Mona ji to bring this in front of the world and be a change leader for this much needed change. Thanks, Mona ji. So let us take this opportunity from today onwards. Let us start acknowledging all the work that is done by the homemakers at our home, for which no payment is made, whether it is done by a grahani or female or male working at home, whether it is done by contributed by our elders, our senior citizens, or whether it is done by even our kids, like even asking them to go to the market and bring something is a work. So somewhere, let us, if it is not acknowledged in terms of monetary like productivity, let us acknowledge that as a value addition in our life. So thanks, Monaji, once again. Now let us move on to Ashangji.
So many thanks, Hitesh for giving me this platform on a very impromptu basis. To be honest, compared to the esteemed panel who has given a lot of thoughts to the global governance, I hadn't given those kind of a thoughts with such depth. However, there's a deep conviction which I always carried that, and maybe there's somebody may sense a bit of a hyper patriotism here. But if people of Bharat have been feeling they are the Vishwa Guru for the globe, then if we go by that hypothesis, then we should not look for far around to solve the problems which we have been mentioning, but we should look right in our neighborhood and Indian subcontinent as a whole. Today being 14th August is the day of independence of Pakistan and Bangladesh formally. If we talk about the diversity of views and then looking at the unity arising despite of that diversity to form one global governance, our basic thought process should also start somewhere considering what could have been the common governance framework such that the people of today's Pakistan, Bangladesh, India and other nations, in case they would have been a part of a federation, would have come together and been able to live peacefully, despite the clear histories of conflicts for a long time, and despite the fact that all of us are very much passionate about our respective beliefs and ready to at times sacrifice as well as sacrifice others for some of those values, and that we have umpteen histories of that. So when having that kind of a vision, if we are able to yet form those common values of humanity which rise behind these clear differences and able to operate them on paradigm, I think we have a clear solution ahead for whole of humanity to follow. So that's that common stream which definitely I keep in, and I get inspired by yourself because you use a lot of references from our Bharatiya texts, and that has definitely been somewhere a whole inspiration in this thought process.
Thank you, Shanji. Thank you. So, truth, from whichever source it comes, is welcome. Incidentally, several of the eternal principles that I mentioned in my book and my training programs and all the events and communication that we're doing, most of them are coming from Vedas, the ancient literature written by the researchers of those times who have studied in depth the Jad and Chetan, because there are only two types of things in the universe, the one which is inert matter and the other is Chetan, that is consciousness. So whatever we write about these two subjects only. And the ancient rishis have done a lot of unadulterated, ungreedy research and produce their findings in the form of various ancient scriptures, which are now known as Vedas. Right? Now, truth can come from anywhere and it is welcome in Project YugParivartan, because ultimately the aim is Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niram. It's not only about Hindus Bhavantu Sukhina or Bharatiya Bhavantu Sukhina. It is about everyone. So if it comes from other religions also, we definitely welcome that. And second thing is about this concept of unity and split, right? Separating and uniting. So these are the two facilities or two possibilities which happen in case of matter. A matter can explode and spread, and matter can collide and become one. So all these countries which are now separated, you can consider that as they were some time back, they were exploded and separated. Now is the time for all of them to come together and get united. And this is quite possible because they were separated by the human efforts, and whenever the countries, states and other piece of lands were united, that was also done by the human effort. So now once again, when the need is right there at the door, it can again be done through human efforts. And we could be one of those human beings who will make that happen. Boon boon se bharta sagar. Right? An ocean is nothing but a collection of large number of drops only. Similarly, all the big change that we want to see, even if our contribution is a little bit, it will definitely add to the whole. And as we know, the whole is greater than sum of its parts. So the part that we are adding to the whole will also become greater when it gets connected with the other parts. Let's now move on to our next contributor, Anita Budraja ji. Anita ji is again in the field of health domain, and she is a very active contributor in Project YugParivartan and is also part of the sounding board and the privilege group. So let us hear from her now.
Namaskar. As we celebrate World Avatar Day again this year, I want to congratulate Shri Hitesh Chandel ji and the entire team of Project YugParivartan on this joyous occasion. Project YugParivartan is one of the world's largest projects launched by PYP Golden Age Foundation for establishing a new world order as in the Golden Age. The founder chief mentor, Mr. Hitesh Chandel, has envisioned the transition of humanity, the world, and the universe into the next Yuga as per the eternal cosmic cycle described in his book Code of Citizens' Conduct. He has developed a rational spiritual development methodology through self realization. A person who takes actions from self realization consciousness level to uplift the quality of life of masses creates the process to activate the avatar level performance, which is named as Self Actualized Leadership Development Program or SALDP. The World Avatar Day is a spectacular event which brings together people from across the country to join hands to share their inspiring stories. Each year, 14th day of August, the Project YugParivartan Synergy Platform organizes this day to remind us to rise to the occasion and lead the world towards the golden age by activating our avatar potential.
Thanks, Anita ji. Anita ji, as I said, in the field of health upliftment, and even at the age of senior citizen level, she is a live example of how we can live healthy. And she is not only aware of the health of human beings, but also the health of the planet. Because the planet right now is in a very unhealthy shape. So let us now ask ourselves whether we want to continue to make this planet unhealthy by the day, or we would look inwards and do some introspection to see if we can also do some small changes to create a better health situation for the macrocosm. So all these things are very uniting. Regardless of the caste, creed, religion, country, we have some innate common need. And if we can bring that common need in the form of a common minimum program and then explore several other commonalities within each, like within various communities and countries, we will find that ultimately we will arrive at a common constitution and common ideology of the world, which will also take care of the diversity, which is an outcome of varying weather condition, climate conditions, or various different configuration of the natural elements. So let us find this commonality, focus on that, and grow its energies. The principle of this energy growing phenomenon is that energy flows where the focus goes, which means if we are focusing on the wrong thing is growing. If we focus on the right things, if we focus on the golden age, definitely the conditions will become ripe for us to see the golden age in this life itself. Thanks, Anita ji, once again for the wonderful share. Now let us move on to our next contributor, Archana Saushalya ji.
Namaskar. I am Dr. Archana Saushalya. I am an academician, but my journey to reach to the level of self-actualization started when I started losing interest in everything. While traveling to my workplace, I started thinking, why so much of chaos in the society? Why people hate so much to each other? Why so much of arrogance? Why so much desire for longing? And then came COVID. And that was the turning point when I lost my father figure, my eldest brother, Arvind Sri Krishna, and my life came to an end. But whenever I thought of ending my life, there was a small baby in front of me, and I used to see her, and there was gradual realization. Whatever I had read in Gita, I started realizing my daughter is a soul. She has come in the form of my daughter. I have to look after her. Then I started getting the feel that my brother had left, so many people had died, and after years, even we are going to die. And that realization started coming to me gradually. When I met Sir Hitesh Chandel, he taught me the levels of Maslow needs hierarchy theory. Then I could realize that people who belongs to stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 and 4, they are for it. They are for materialistic desire. They are for their selfish needs. But avatar is something that comes at the stage of stage 5 or 6. Avatar is not something that is not within everyone. It's within everyone. It's just that we have to realize it. So we have to move on from stage 1 to stage 5, and there emerges avatar. Avatar means self-actualization, self-leadership, self-realization of what is this world about, why there is so much of crisis. There's humanity is in crisis and we have to overcome it. And there comes your spiritual journey. And I'm very happy to be associated with Hitesh Chandel who has really showed me the path of becoming self-actualized leader, and world needs these type of leaders to make this Kalyug as Satyug. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thanks for the wonderful share, Archana ji. Although you were traveling, you have taken pains to record this video and send it to us. As indicated in the message given by Archana ji, we have to accept everything that comes into our life as part of our own karma, as part of the result of cause and effect. If we understand that, then there is nothing else to crib about, and there is no reason why we should point fingers on others. Because ultimately, this realization that anything happening right or wrong in anyone's life is his own karma. The moment we start accepting that, we come to a completely different paradigm of thinking, of not wasting time in pointing fingers on others and just cribbing about the problems, but also start taking the steps towards the solution. And this is exactly what happens when somebody reaches to the S5 state of consciousness. So our state of consciousness has 6 levels, S1 to S6. The impact of the Jad Tattva, the nature, happens only from S1 to S4 stages. The moment somebody enters into S5 stage, the grip of the weakness of the natural elements start becoming loose, and the person comes into a completely out of the box thinking paradigm, wherein at least he starts thinking about the causes of the problem and start wishing that someone must do something to solve these problems. And eventually, after a lot of introspection, a person arrives at the fact that just like I am looking for someone, other people are also looking for someone to rise to the occasion and take the lead. And why couldn't I be that someone? So this realization takes a person towards self-actualization path, that yes, I am also not just a useless piece of matter, but a significant, very meaningful, very important consciousness which has arrived or incarnated on this planet to solve some part of the problem for sure. So such turning points take us towards our avatar level performance. Thanks, Archana ji, for sharing your views. Now coming to the next video by our Narendra Kumala ji. This idea of organizing World Avatar Day was incepted in the mind of Narendra Kumala ji by the Almighty in year 2020, wherein he suggested that there should be an annual event which we should leave as a legacy for all the future generations to at least have annual reminder to manifest their avatar performance. So great. Thanks, Narendra ji.
Namaskar. Mankind has seen huge progress thanks to technological advancements. With every giant leap that mankind has taken, an equal step towards self-destruction also is inevitable. We must take care from Mother Nature, pause and do course correction while we have time. A step in the direction of creating a wise world order based on natural principles and laws is the need of the hour. The United Nations has identified and adopted 17 Sustainable Development Goals as 2030 agenda. Seeing the development till date, it's impossible to achieve. It's because of the leadership. Human life is not given for setting up ordinary goals. Each human being is designed based on the same principles and is empowered to make extraordinary changes to the ecosystem. You are born with the potential to change the entire world. The golden era or wise world order can be achieved by making self-actualized leaders avatars who can make changes in the four institutions or pillars of humanity: education, governance, business, and services. We provide a benchmark, the viewpoint of each human being by elevating oneself to God's point of view. We have identified the root causes of inflation, recession, disengagement, crimes, corruption, terrorism, pollution, unemployment, family feuds, and the dreaded global warming. We provide a clear solution to fix all the issues at the root by developing self-actualized leaders in all fields. The Project YugParivartan vision is to integrate the entire world to one country, one God, one workplace, and one family. We also have high-level design of new carbon neutral cities as an inclusive, exclusive, and conclusive solutions to save the world from all vices. There was a great pain in me to contribute to our country in some way. The universe has conspired through a ad in Facebook to attend my mentor's Hitesh's Self-Actualization Development Program. He has derived total script of Golden Wise World Order based on eternal principles and natural laws. Now, my life mission is Project YugParivartan. Thank you.
Thanks, Narendra ji, for starting this ripple effect of the event called as World Avatar Day, through which we aim to inspire large number of people on this planet, because the development starts from inspiration. We cannot just go and start training people and converting them into avatar. Before the development starts, a person needs to get the inspiration. And I hope through this event format, several people will continue to get inspiration to manifest their avatar performance. So thanks, Narendra ji, for starting this event format. It was like it did not come into my mind. And when Narendra ji suggested this, we immediately find its utility and started celebrating it every year. Next year, in year 2024, we would like more people to come forward and contribute. And we would also wish that several of the wishes which are made today by the speakers today and the audience by raising their hands should get fulfilled in the next 1 year itself. There are 3-4 more entries, 4 more videos which are shared by the contestants. So let us now move on to Mr. Srinivas Kumar Yeraputtu. Srinivas ji is also associated with PYP since long. So let us now get introduced to Srinivas Kumar Yeraputtu ji by an AI, followed by his message to the entire group today.
Hello everyone. It's a pleasure for me to introduce Mr. Srinivas Kumar Yeraputtu to you. He is simple, still dynamic personality, working day and night for the betterment of environment and Mother Nature. Let's hear it from the man himself.
Hi everybody. This is Srinivas Kumar Errapotu, shortly Sky, and I am the founder of Sky Transformations, Universal Consciousness Trust, and the newly evolving Sky Global Academy, Sky Global Schools, and I am also the co-convener for Gaia Nation, and I am the director of Mass Movement, and also a founder member of One Nation Earth, shortly called One. Well, my dear friends, I'm very happy to share my story of life as to why I got that sensitive, serious, and dedicated in the acts of wanting to work for the idea of global oneness and probably the model of global governance. Well, from the bottom side, if you see, it is a well-known fact that about 90% of the world's economy is being controlled by hardly, not even by 1% of the global population. So with this in mind, if the various aspects of material growth have happened and prosperity for the 1% population or lesser than that has happened, and their prosperity in turn has really brought about a good growth for the majority of this world and the safety of the species and the absolute safety of Mother Earth. I have no qualms at all. But is that the condition? Is that what has happened in this world? I would like every one of the people in this world to contemplate on that, think about it, do a much more deeper diving, and look into yourself as whether such a thing has really happened. With all such developments, we need to really touch our hearts and start looking into the primary question: at what cost are we really working for the growth of economies of the affluent countries and the disturbances that are happening in the third world nations and for the people by and large and the species? During the COVID, I think every one of us have learned the importance and the value of a tree. Are we able to really estimate the true value of a tree? Is the question that I would like to ask the whole population in this world. My dear friends, we have far receded back from our affinity to natural and eternal aspects of life, and that's not a good sign. Well, these are some of the questions that I would directly ask each one of the 800 crore population, and I appeal to all of you to wake up and, in the words of Swami Vivekananda, I requote, arise, awake, and stop not until global peace and harmony is achieved, which leads to global oneness. And maybe one of these days, we will be wise enough to develop a global governance which will not trouble Mother Earth anymore. The species will not be disturbed, and every human being on this earth will be equally respected. Thank you, one and all. Namaste.
Thanks, Srinivas Kumari Iraputuji, for sending us such a wonderful message. It is very important to evaluate the impact of our actions on Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and its balance. With the estimates of the United Nations also, we are already 20 years delayed in reviving this planet, which means since 20 years, we all are living in an emergency situation without acknowledging it. So if we further delay the course correction, then eventually large scale disaster would be the trajectory that we will arrive at. So let us all pledge, and because this is a platform where we are assuming and believing that everything that we will pledge here is directly going to the court of the Almighty, and He will become partner with all of us to manifest Himself as an avatar through all of us. So please raise your hands if you would like to see Mother Earth reviving, and if you would like to see your contribution as an avatar to revive the nature and the Mother Earth. Please raise your hands. Great. So Tathastu and Amin, that this should come true in our lifetime itself. Okay, let's now move on to our next contributor, Mr. Jose Matthew from Mumbai.
It has been since very long that I was displeased with various issues occurring around me. It's like dirty surroundings, quarrels happening, political turmoils. I had always thought about correcting all these when after I become an influential person, like a minister or president. I did grow old, and I had been working in different trusts and at different positions in India as well as abroad. After being a printing technologist, I got the chance to read a lot of books of great thinkers, tidbits of articles, and being influential still remains a dream. It is during lockdown that I happened to know about Hitesh Chandel ji and his company called DVC. I attended his much prized SLDP program. I realized he too had been driven with the dream of bringing about a grand change in the planet, and to take the civilization out of this difficult situation that we are presently in. Hitesh ji has a vision, and through his company he has embarked on a mission. Hitesh ji's mission is to become a change maker. Here I learned the essence of change, the roles we all play, the reasons behind every transformation. Here I have come to know about self-actualization. This is the state of self-awareness where a person makes highly effective decisions and becomes a visionary thinker. Here the person goes into the root cause of the problem. Their latent potential manifests into optimum performance. Only a very few achieve self-actualization, resulting in a worldwide leadership shortage. Without self-awareness and self-actualization, a leader's decision can disrupt the harmony of the ecosystem. To maintain alignment, a universal value system is crucial, derived from the eternally defined values of the ecosystem. Leaders and aspiring leaders must align themselves with these values, becoming role models for their team. Every ordinary citizen can transform into effective change leaders with guidance from high conscious mentors. It is my privilege to be associated with Hitesh ji and his company DVC with all this self-realized team of people all around. I am really proud of it. Let's be the change we wish to see. Thank you.
Great message, Jose Matthew ji. Let us be the change that we want to see. Let us not only wish for a particular change, but also lead it. When problems are more, the opportunities are also more. So it is a wonderful opportunity these days to embark on the journey of leadership and deliver our avatar performance. Because if we are already in golden age, then being an avatar would be a normal. It won't be any extraordinary thing. It is like everyone is at the level of God realization, and taking all his actions from that level. But in this deep Kali Yuga, dark age, this is the opportune time for all of us to just reflect back. After this event, just stay with yourself for 10-15 minutes and see if this event was a clarion call and its voice is heard by your soul as well. So if you take this as a clarion call, as a cosmic phenomenon, as a call of duty, responsibility, accountability, definitely avatar level performance will start coming out of it. So once again, let us take a repetitive pledge. Would you like to be that avatar which the world is waiting for? And the world, if there are problems, if people are in problem, they are definitely waiting for their Masiha to arrive with the solution at their door. Right? So the market, the need, the followers, everything is already ready and only waiting for your decision. So please take a decision and raise your hand. At least 1,000 people or 1,000 families should be transformed by you in this life itself. You can take any domain of problem and solve it. It can be homemaking, it can be environmental, it can be motivational, anything. But do that from the avatar level performance. Okay, so let's now move on to our next participant. Only two are remaining now.
Morning, this is Anup from Hyderabad. I'll tell you how I became interested in spiritual growth and realizing my avatarhood. So, I'm a spiritual practitioner working to grow in spiritual qualities. Little bit about my background. I was a good student in schools and I used to get high ranks. And then subsequently I was selected in IIT and I did my chemical engineering from IIT BHU in the year 1977. Before that, I had the experience of Kundalini Jagran, where that is surge of vital energy, and I could read. I had the spiritual power of reading the mind, and also knowing intuitive knowing and knowing what other people are talking about me, even remotely, and some other such other spiritual powers. But then I found that most of the people are not able to understand me and recognize my creative genius. I felt there was I was not getting cooperation and people are not understanding. I was not able to implement my ideas. I worked in few industries, but I was not getting cooperation. There was opposition because as people were not able to understand my creative ideas. And I felt that industries or businesses were exploiting the people, and they had for their selfish and for their personal selfish motives. So I felt that this is not my cup of tea, and I had to work. My purpose in life is something different. I have to work for higher purpose of spiritual enlightenment and realize my enlightenment. So like that, I became interested in working for my spiritual progress. Then I came into contact with defined consultants, where there was a course on self-actualization. I felt the course. So this is my story. Thank you.
Thanks, Anu Baglaji, for sharing your reflections and giving us a reinforcement, a belief that yes, something is definitely happening good due to the presence of defined values consultants, SALDP, and PYP. Several people are getting inspired on a daily basis, and more numbers will be added starting from 1st October when we will start our formal membership drive to induct all the people, all the avatars and aspiring avatars into a group of collective avatars. And as our second speaker, Srinathji, has said, that this time the avatar should be a Pragya avatar, a Gyan avatar, appearing simultaneously in large number of people as the realization of who we are and why we are sent on this planet. So no individual Mahima Mandan. This World Avatar Day is for all of us to remind ourselves that we all are one and we all are gods waiting to become avatars. Okay, so with this, we are now coming to our last submission of the day. Abhishek Chaturvedi ji from Hyderabad.
नमस्ते, मैं अभिषेक चतुर्वेदी। मैं एक पर्सनल एक्सेलेंस कोच, बिजनेस स्ट्रैटेजी कंसल्टेंट और स्टार्टअप मेंटर हूं। मैं प्रोजेक्ट युग परिवर्तन गोल्डन एज फाउंडेशन और उसके चीफ मेंटर हितेश चंदेल जी का शुक्रगुजार हूं कि उन्होंने मुझे ये मौका दिया वर्ल्ड अवतार डे के अवसर पर अपने विचार व्यक्त करने के लिए। ग्लोबल चेंज लाने में जो सबसे बड़ी महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका मेरे हिसाब से है वो है लोगों की मानसिकता और उनके माइंडसेट पे काम करने की, क्योंकि वो जब तक खुली सोच से काम नहीं करेंगे, जो अपने आप पैटर्न्स को नहीं पहचानेंगे, तब तक उनकी जो चैलेंजेस है, उनकी लाइफ में जो प्रॉब्लम्स है वो सॉल्व नहीं होंगे। एज ए कोच मैं जब लोगों के से वार्तालाप करता हूं या उनसे इंटरेक्ट करता हूं, चाहे वो यंगस्टर्स हो, चाहे वर्किंग क्लास हो, चाहे सीनियर सिटीजन हो, मैंने एक कॉमन बिहेवियरल पैटर्न देखा है कि ज्यादातर लोग अपनी इनहेरेंट क्वालिटीज को नहीं जानते, अपनी पर्पस और पैशन को नहीं समझते, और वो दुनिया की जो स्टिमुलस आती है, जो उनके आसपास की दुनिया जो उनकी तरफ सिचुएशंस क्रिएट करती है, उस पर रिएक्टिव होते हैं। दे बिकम वेरी रिएक्टिव और हमेशा उनका फोकस प्रॉब्लम्स की तरफ होता है, ना कि उसके सॉल्यूशंस फाइंड करने के लिए। इसी वजह से जो सिचुएशन है वो जब भी अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी आती है उसको प्रॉब्लम की तरह ही देखते हैं और उसको फायदा अपने भलाई के लिए और दुनिया के भलाई के लिए नहीं उठा पाते। इसका परिणाम यह होता है कि उनकी रिलेशनशिप्स में इश्यूज आते हैं, उनके करियर में, एकेडमिक्स में, और सारी जो उनकी जो जिंदगी है वो परेशानियों से भर जाती है, क्योंकि वो हमेशा रिएक्शन मोड में होते हैं, ना कि उसका सॉल्यूशन देखते हुए, लोगों को समझते हुए और उनके साथ कोलैबोरेट करके आगे बढ़ने की नहीं सोच पाते। एज ए कोच मैं उनकी मदद करता हूं, उनको अपने आप से रिलेट करवाने की, लोगों को बेहतर समझने की, जानने की, अपनी परेशानियों से आगे देख के सॉल्यूशन की तरफ फोकस करके अपने पैशन को, अपनी पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ की तरफ फोकस करने की। तो इसीलिए मेरे विचार में अगर हम सब मिलके लोगों को इस संदर्भ में मदद करें कि वो अपने आप को पहचान सके, अपने पैटर्न पहचान सके, अपने लोगों से जिनसे वो इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, चाहे वो फैमिली में हो, फ्रेंड्स हो या कोलीग्स हो, उनको बेहतर समझ सके और सॉल्यूशंस की तरफ फोकस करें, तो ग्लोबल चेंज की जो बात हम कर रहे हैं, प्लान्ड ग्लोबल चेंज की, वो लाया जा सकता है और इस युग को हम परिवर्तित कर सकते हैं सबकी भलाई के लिए। धन्यवाद। अभिषेक चतुर्वेदी।
Thanks, Abhishek ji, for sharing your thoughts, which are very much in alignment with Project YugParivartan. There are several contributions from Hyderabad, and Narendra ji, is it due to the fact that World Avatar Day started from Hyderabad? People from several other parts of the country have also joined today, and they have contributed in sharing their videos, which we could not play due to paucity of time. If you all can share your names and phone numbers, we will add you to PYP supporters community group so that you can get the regular updates about how we are step by step moving towards the golden age. This PYP City is that model through which the human communities are being brought towards the eternal principles based living in a habitat wherein everyone can feel himself connected to all others as part of the family and live in peace, joy, and harmony as well as prosperity. So if we do all our acts together and in the right direction and with the learnings from these pilot projects, one is PYP City and one is PYP Village. So these two projects will give us a lot of learning how this physical infrastructure creation for the entire world can be done as soon as possible before the disaster takes us towards the deeper and darker Kali. So let us all come together by doing a quick 5 minutes PYP synergy meditation once again to sow the seeds that we have collected today much deeper into our chitta. So please be ready, your neck and spine straight, eyes gently closed. Take your concentration to your breathing. Take long, deep, rhythmic inhalation and exhalation. And reflect upon whatever takeaways we have taken from the messages of all the inspired souls who have contributed through the inspiring stories and turning points of their lives, which can trigger and inspire several more people to understand, accept, and realize their avatar performance during this lifetime itself. Think about the health domain, transportation, medical support system, city designs, motivating people, creating physical infrastructure, doing economic reforms, political reforms, religious reforms. Wherever there is a need, wherever there is a problem, the avatar and Masiha is awaited. Activate the God within and make him your partner in manifesting the avatar performance. Let us do a promise to ourselves that we will develop our God potential and we will manifest our avatar performance in this life itself, not as a matter of pride, honor, respect, but as a matter of accountability, as a matter of meaningfulness and purposefulness of this precious human life. अपने आप से किया हुआ ये वादा कभी ना तोड़ें और हमेशा इसको याद रखें। हर रोज सुबह 5 मिनट अपने आप से बात करके इस प्लेज को दोहराएं। Repeat this pledge on a daily basis from tomorrow itself in the morning for 5 minutes. Your avatar is highly awaited. Now bring your focus to your breathing. Take long, deep, rhythmic breathing. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Now bring your focus to your palms. Rub them together. Produce a tejas and energy field and gently massage your eyes, then face, then entire body. And with 4-5 blinks, open your eyes. Great. So thanks everyone. Thanks for joining in today. We look forward to see all of you manifest as an avatar from within Project YugParivartan or from outside Project YugParivartan, doesn't matter. Ultimately, your performance should go to the ecosystem and transform several lives. See you again from 1st of October. There will be several more forums which will be formally launched, and membership drive will also be formally launched so that you get enough forums to continue your growth. सभी को नमस्कार, सभी अवतारों को नमस्कार.